What's up, Internet? This is Ramblin' Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Today we have Chapter 26X, Night of Farewells. This is another somewhat odd mission for a few reasons. We've apparently recruited Nino and Jaffar. So what's going on in the Night of Farewells? So, what's this place? What are you two up to? She wants to go see her mother. The other place? The water temple. I sure hope you have enough keys. Told us what? Truth about what? I guess Jaffar doesn't have or care for family. I guess I said that Nurgle found him as an orphan or something, so I guess he would have never known his parents. Oh hey, we all woke up too. Then why'd you even ask? Hector's not very happy with Jaffar joining the cause. We knew that all along, though, didn't we? I mean, I guess seeing is believing, but... We never actually fought him, though. I mean, I guess if it all leads to the same place. He doesn't have the angry eyebrows anymore, so he's all happy now. So what is in this water temple? Indeed. Will you now? What, he doesn't know Limstella? And he hasn't realized it this entire time. So what exactly is a morph? At least she's dedicated to her craft. Arrgh. She really likes harvesting quintessence, doesn't she? So she doesn't Assuming Limstel is a morph, despite all she's said, Sonya doesn't seem to like morphs all that much. Goodbye. Who the heck is that? Huh? Oh, hello there. It sure is convenient being able to teleport all over the place. Wah! I sort of decided to join the other side. True parents? Really? Well, that's not very nice. No. I guess you fooled her. Well, she's like, I don't know how old, like 8? Says Jaffar. Jaffar! Ah, ha, ha, ha. Prepare to be punished! Nino! And Jaffar shuts up. She sure laughs a lot. What's happening? Well, there go all the bridges. Whoa! This place is filling with water. That's inconvenient. Why would you do that? Off she goes. I sure made friends quick. Right. How would that sever the connection? I guess Sonya marrying Brendan Reed is what allowed Nergal to take control of the Black Fang to begin with. So... 14 units. I think my unit selection there is good. I need Matthew. You might actually consider also using Legault for this mission, but I think just Matthew is going to be fine for me. So there's a few things to consider when choosing your units and such. For one, there's a whole bunch of chests in this mission. You can see one there. There's a bunch over here. I guess it's mostly the ones over here. And aside from that, there's also a bunch of items to be stolen. I believe this guy he has a red gem. This guy has an angelic robe. I believe someone has... well, she drops Fell Contract if you feel like promoting one of your thieves, which I don't, but it's there. Aha, there we are. This guy has a blue gem. So there's a bunch of items to collect in this mission. However, the problem is, we do not have Merlinus in this mission. So, in order to properly collect said items, you have to have enough inventory space to actually get them. And because there's so many of them, that makes it kind of difficult. So, we're going to have to account for that. How shall I do this? I think I'll have Matthew. He's going to still have the 2 lockpicks, but he does not need the torch, and he obviously doesn't need the Delphi shield. I don't know if I actually explained previously what the Delphi shield does. Well, she doesn't need the vulnerary. Let's also take away some of those things because I need her to have things. That was incredibly nondescript. So the Delphi shield protects flyers from arrows, which obviously is Florina's biggest weakness. So we need her to hold on to that basically until the end of time at this point. It's going to be quite useful for her. Do I have any? Perfect. I think that should be perfect. A chest key with 2 uses on it. So ideally, Florina should be able to use that chest key and should have enough space in her inventory to retrieve 2 items. Assuming that it works such that using up the second durability on the chest key will allow you to grab a second item. So Matthew's good. I shouldn't really have to worry about the inventory space on anyone else. But just to be safe, I want to make sure that plenty of people have... Oh, Merlinus' inventory is full again. Okay, well, let's fix that real quick. Okay, that should be good for the time being. Although I do also want to give the Filia's Might to Nino. And Elliewood needs to give... I can't... Alright, trade, that's what I'm looking for. Give the Heaven Seal to Lynn. Hand off the chest key. Nino does not need the rescue staff, but I will give her the body ring, the Apha's drops, and I was not done yet. I will also give her a Thunder Tome. Elliewood does not need the torch. Hector obviously doesn't need these lockpicks. I'm going to deposit this... how shall I do this? Let's grab the steel axe, and I also actually want to give him... Does he have a... He has a D in swords already, that's interesting. I actually want to give him a sword as well, because Hector, like normally I can just kind of power through the weapon triangle, but for some reason Hector's still having a little bit of trouble with his hit rate when he is going up against sword users. So giving him a sword to kind of negate the weapon triangle disadvantage could probably be useful for him. I don't need that Elysian whip. She does not need an iron sword, but what I probably will do... Restore... Do I only have 1 restore staff? I do. Okay, well let's give it to Priscilla. I might need that this mission. And I think that will be fine. So let's take a quick look at our formation now. Put Florina up there. Matthew. What level's Raven at? 6. Put Priscilla near the back. Try and keep people's levels somewhat even still. That seems good. Now the one question left is who I am going to give the boots to. Actually, I need to distribute the talisman as well. So let's take a quick look at our resistances. Da, 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 da. Well, it seems like I should give it to Fang. I could also give it to Dart, but Dart has more... That is Oswin. Dart has more health and 72 avoidance, whereas Fang only has 43, so he needs a little bit more. I also need to decide who to give the boots to, like I said. Typically, I would choose to give it to the General, just because he only has 5 movement. But Hector also only has 5, so I might give it to him. But I'll decide that later. But for now, we are going to get things started here. So, there's a few things of note about this mission. The first, of course, is these platforms, which they kind of appear and disappear as we go through the mission. Which really restrict our movement quite a bit. And is going to make using Florina pretty important, just because obviously she can kind of circumvent that a little bit, flying wherever the hell she pleases. The other is that there's quite a few items to get in this mission, like I said. All these chests, and we can steal some stuff, like an angelic robe here, and a blue gem. I believe this guy has a red gem. And there's something else, isn't there? Maybe not. It's not especially important. So that's going to be problematic. There's also a bunch of long-range attacks here. This mage has a bolting tome, which... I don't know why they would give it to the mage instead of the sage, but whatever. Sonia here has a bolting tome of her own. This priest, or bishop rather, has a berserk staff, which will possibly end up being quite problematic. It's also the reason why I made a point of giving Priscilla the restore staff, in case someone gets berserked. So we're going to have to be pretty careful about that. Luckily it only has 3 uses. The bad thing is it doesn't show what the range of it is. Well, he has 9 magic, so I believe it rounds down, but he has either 4 or 5 range with the berserk staff. So that's something to be mindful of. Also, if you are playing on Hector's mode, there are a bunch of ballistas throughout this mission as well. For now, though, I want to send Florina... I guess I'll send her to the top of the map. I want to kind of send her in this direction to get to the chests. But I don't want to interfere with too many enemies. The hard thing about this mission is that a lot of the enemies that have stuff to steal are also enemies that you would want to kill. So this priest you'd want to get out of the way for the berserk staff, but has the angelic robe. This guy, I guess he's not especially dangerous, but he's pretty easy to kind of just fly over and kill him. But he's got a red gem. This Wyvern Lord, he's not a high priority target, but he's gonna kind of beeline anyone who gets close to him. He's got the blue gem, so stuff like that. Dart, I probably should have put him down here, I guess, because we can use his piratey goodness to walk through the water, so I'll try and send him down here. Hopefully the mage with the bolting tome will not target him. I'm not sure who he'll go after. Fang has the lowest resistance, but Nino's kind of weak, obviously. If I'm totally honest, using Nino in this mission might be not the greatest idea, because as much as she needs a lot of experience, She's obviously really weak at this point, and this mission is so weird that it's pretty easy to kind of make a bad decision and just kind of accidentally get her killed. But we're going to do what we can. First and foremost, though, we want to use the Apha's drops that we got from Athos. So it says maturity increased, and that doesn't really tell you what it does, but basically, the Apha's drops will increase the growth rates of the character that you use them on. So it increases the growth rate of every stat by 5%, I believe. Which isn't huge, but over the span of several levels it can make a big difference. And Nino, we're going to be leveling up quite a bit, so she has a lot of levels to benefit from it from. I don't want to push forward too quickly. Lynn needs to promote. So, using this second heaven seal, she turns from a lord into a Blade Lord. Those are some pretty good stat-ups, actually. 5 resistance is pretty impressive. And she gains the ability to use bows. I didn't think to give her a bow ahead of time, actually. I maybe should have done that. Can I, like, just give her this iron bow? I mean, I guess I could do that. That's a thing I can do. So, the thing about these bridges is, like I said, they appear and disappear as we go on. But on turn 22, they will be permanently active, all of them. And I don't think there's any particular rush in this mission, so we're going to kind of try and take our time and be careful rather than fast. The one thing, like I said, is these chests. And I think a thief will appear around here at some point. But I don't want to push Florina out too far, just because I want her to be, if she can, in the within range of healers if she needs it. Now, we have Jaffar here, so we have some spare lockpicks that Matthew can lend him. The thing about Jaffar is he is an assassin, and as I've explained previously, assassins, they have the ability to use lockpicks to open stuff still, but when they promote, they lose the ability to steal. So Jaffar can't grab stuff like this red gem, but he can open chests. So we didn't have access to him in the character preparation screen, but we do now. So give him a spare lockpick. And see what the bad guys do. These pirates are inching their way towards us. So the mage is going after Nino, huh? It's a little unfortunate, but at the same time, she can take the hit. She's got a pretty good resistance. So, I guess that sound is supposed to be the bridges, like, rearranging? Were these guys here last turn? I don't think they were. I also don't think the bridges changed at all. Unless... I don't think this one was here last turn, actually. Have Dart continue to move downwards. The one nice thing about the mage targeting Nino is that he's not going after Dart. So Nino is well within range of healers, so I'm not too worried about her. Let's see what I can do. Not a whole lot, unsurprisingly, but... Actually... I wonder if I can finagle it so that I have Nino killing... well, anything. Wow. Oswin double hitting a Cavalier. I don't think I really have anyone who can deal damage to that thing without killing him. Well, I'll just barely kill him. Pretty sure Iron Sword does more. Oh no, it does less damage. So assuming that she doesn't critical hit, this will actually work out well. Of course, it's a little sad that Lynn is incapable of killing this guy, though I am purposely using an Iron Sword in this case. And Thunder Attack. When it comes to animatomes, I believe Thunder is more powerful but less accurate than... that's a pretty unimpressive first level up there, Nino. Thunder tomes, I believe, are more accurate, or less accurate rather, and less powerful. Oh man, let's start this over again. Thunder tomes are more powerful but less accurate than fire tomes. And Elfire is an improved version of fire, so you can see that it is more accurate than this Thunder tome, but yeah. We need to heal Nino back up again. Now, the reason we're bothering with Nino is she falls under an archetype that is known as the Est archetype. Basically what that means is that she's a character that we get very late in the game, but who, if you decide to use them, if you put the effort into it, can end up being extremely powerful. They have really good growth rates. I believe there's one in pretty much every Fire Emblem game, and Nino is this game's Est. So, obviously she's only level, well, she's level 6 now, but it's going to take a lot of work for her to level up. It's going to be pretty hard this late in the game, but it will be worth it long term. Just kind of inch our way up a little bit more here. I believe that this bridge is going to open up in the near future. I would kind of like these guys to continue to come down this way, so let's just kind of leapfrog this platform and attack these pirates here. Sword Reaver, huh? Well, that gave me the weapon triangle advantage, so... Man, my level ups this mission are pretty bad, honestly. Alright, he can attack me from there. Well, not the end of the world. As long as Nino has someone to shoot this next turn, I'm happy. Although, kind of feel like she might not. I guess it depends on what this Pegasus Knight ends up doing. What are you gonna do, little Pegasus Knight? You are also apparently going to throw your life away. Okay, well, so much for attacking stuff with Nino. Well, at least she gets experience from getting attacked. Wow. Did the hit chance of that bolting really go down by 10% from when Nino's speed went up by 1? That's kind of ridiculous. Welcome to your doom, puny sage. Wow, lots of experience for that. Which is surprising considering Dart's level is already so high. I'm really gonna have to, like, hold off on using him soon enough because, like, he's getting dangerously close to level 20 already. I guess the first order of business is to take this guy out. I guess because there's all these staircases down here, I guess I'll probably just have Dart hang out down here and kind of kill reinforcements as they pop out. Nino needs another heal. Yay, level 13? Yeah, 13. Slowly getting up there in levels, and her stats are still kind of terrible, but I guess they're For a level 13, they're not that bad. What's their... 41 avoidance is pretty good for level 13. So... slowly move our way up here. This is a good opportunity to use the body ring. Her constitution is pretty low, so it's 3 by default, so that's part of it. Of course, tomes don't tend to be especially heavy, but... maybe I should just give her a fire tome, actually, because thunder tomes, I think, are heavier than fire tomes. So, if she were to have no attack speed penalty, she might be able to double attack some of these guys, actually. So first order of business here, I believe, is to take out this Pegasus Knight so it doesn't do any sneaky stuff and kind of fly around and attack Nino when I'm not expecting it. Do, 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 do. 25 defense. Now let's see what else we got up here. I want to be careful coming into this area because, like I said, there's this bishop. So I think for now what I'll do is just kind of have her hang out. Because obviously that other Wyvern Rider is going to come for me. Before I do that... have Sarah kind of cut these guys off from behind. What's her light proficiency at? Not terrible. Can Canis do anything? Might as well give it a try. He still needs a little bit of babying. I don't know if he's ever going to be in the, like, tier of, like, amazing characters. I've said several times before that his stat growths really aren't that amazing. But if I can get him up to a decent level and kind of force him to be at least decent, then a decent character using the Dark Magic Tomes is still pretty darn good. So begin moving up here. What's his proficiencies like? I might as well try and get him an S in Spears, I guess. Do I have... I would assume that Oswin probably has an S in Spears. Or close to it, maybe. Maybe not. I just don't know who I'm gonna be giving my, like, best Spears to at this point. Yeah, he does have an S already. I guess probably Oswin, just because he's got so much more... Actually, he doesn't have more strength, does he? Sane has more strength and speed. Does he have more speed? Only barely. But Oswin is more capable of wielding the spears than Sane. But Sane is also more capable of actually being on the front line. So I guess it's kind of... there isn't really a clear answer to that question. Slowly edge our way forward. I don't plan on using Eliwood at all, but I might as well keep him with the rest of my crew just so that he doesn't get caught from behind from reinforcements from God knows where. There goes the Wyvern Rider. Nyah, you missed. Oh, I should have given her an Iron Lance back. I guess that's the only reason she didn't double attack, because this short spear broke. Nah, Canis isn't a horse. And that is why you cannot slay him. Okay, this is turn 4. So we should have some reinforcements continuing to come out of here fairly soon in the next few turns. Let's have Dart move over here, just so he's a little more centered between these areas. Actually, maybe I should just have him push forward this way a little bit. I don't think these dragon or wyvern dudes have anything worth stealing. So I guess I could probably just draw them over here with Dart and kill them off. Finish you off. Now, I want to keep a small force back here to try and deal with any reinforcements and hopefully get Nino some experience. Meanwhile, I guess I'm just waiting for a pathway to open up down to this platform. So I should move some thieves into position. Does Jaffar have more movement than Matthew? No, he doesn't. Interesting. And that's everyone. Okay, what are you gonna do this turn? Abso-frickin-lutely nothing. I wonder what would happen if I had a character sitting on this bridge when it disappeared. Because I don't honestly know. Should I be equipping the hand axe? Do any of these guys have javelins or short spears? No. Okay, well, I guess I'm sticking with the iron axe then. Now that. Okay, well, Matthew can reach this guy. Should I be on the right? Whatever. Your red gem is mine! Move forward a little bit. Go get him, Oswin! Oh, I can't double attack. I guess that's not surprising. Sane can't double attack either! This guy's pretty swift. How about you, Raven? I'm sure you can double attack. Of course, using a sword's probably, or an axe probably isn't the best idea ever. Should I just distribute this guy across 2 attacks? I can do that. I guess I'll weaken him up first with Raven. Or I could just get a critical hit. That works too. I guess he's within range of Priscilla, I believe, so that probably helped him out a little bit in that regard. Yeah, just barely inside Priscilla's range. Ooh, actually I gotta be careful. This guy's gonna start trying to berserk me. Maybe. Actually, maybe that's what I do with Florina now. Sit her here. And if the berserk works, Priscilla is in range to alleviate said berserk. The biggest problem is, like I was saying earlier, like, I just don't have a means right now to actually steal the angelic robe, so until I do, I'm not going to want to kill the bishop. Kill the bishop! Don't worry, this is never going to work out for you. The fact that you failed utterly is the expected outcome. You're not much better than your friends. Dart, master of the sea. Because he's, like, standing on the water and stuff. 26 strength. Good God. Okay, well there's the Berserk. It's almost, like, impossible for that to actually work, but... Move ever so slightly farther. There really are not the strongest units that are actually guarding the throne here. Well, he's got a Devil Axe. That could be dangerous. Might injure its wielder. So he has 0 luck, so actually it's extremely likely that that'll injure him. I believe with 0 luck, that's straight up 31% chance to injure its wielder. So, for the time being, let's see what you got, General. Nothing to steal. I was gonna give Raven a hand axe, and I never did that, did I? I might as well weaken you up, I guess. I actually need to give Sane a little bit of a heal at some point. At some point, he actually took a little bit of damage, as surprising as that is. I gotta be careful moving Matthew up because this pirate's just kind of sitting here. He does have a mine that I could steal if I cared about that. I'm a little tempted to just kill him with the longbow, but... Actually, maybe what I should do is do this. Is that still... 1, 2, 3... Yeah, that's still within range of the Berserk. I guess even if the Berserk is not going to actually be effective on Florina, then at least if Florina's the only one in their range, then I can guarantee with the highest effectiveness that the Berserk is being cast on someone that's not likely to actually affect. I don't care enough about her experience to waste the durability like that. So we're on turn 6. So move up ever so slightly. I guess the problem with this Berserk staff is I'm not entirely sure if it has 4 or 5 range. So I gotta be a little bit careful about that. I'm going to assume, I guess, that it's 4. I guess even if I'm wrong, Priscilla is in the vicinity, so she can alleviate any berserking that does happen, so... Oh, shoot. That was a bit of a stupid blunder on my part. I guess it's a good thing that I spent all those turns, or all that time leveling Matthew up so that he didn't die instantly in stupid situations like that. I'm glad all that work finally paid off. So does that mean that it is 5 range? I guess it does, yeah. So this bridge is gone, but I thought some dudes still popped out there. I guess not. I might as well finish you off with Sane now. Should I just go with the Steel Lance? No, that's not going to kill him in one shot. I guess I'll go with the Iron Axe, just to give myself the highest chance that he will miss against me. He does have a Silver Lance, which is pretty menacing. Lots of experience. Okay. And top Matthew off. Needless to say, it's a little bit more important that I top him off than I top Sane off. Aww, bye-bye heal staff. And continue to push forward. Well, he doesn't have anything worth stealing, not that I thought he did, but... just in case. It's better to be sure. I'll leave Dart there for now. 32% hit chance. And it still missed. Whoa, that's a lot of bridges changing about. I could swear that some guys... I guess I was thinking of the wrong area, actually. Reinforcements do not come out of this area. Now I'm scared that if I try and move these guys forward, they're just gonna get caught. Well, we'll do what we can. Just avoid standing on the bridges and just kind of try and leapfrog the platform. I don't know if anything actually happens if the bridge disappears underneath you, but that's not a risk that I'm particularly interested in taking. So let's send Raven over here. Now that these areas are open, let's have Dart return up this way. I'd rather have Raven take care of these guys because he's not already level 12. I think I'll actually have Jaffar stick around up here and have Matthew come down this way. Because I'm not sure if a bridge is ever going to open up over here. I assume that it will at some point. And have Priscilla stick around here. I guess Elliewood will too. Stick him near the healer. Makes sense to me. What do you think you're gonna do against Raven? You're just a lowly mercenary. He wouldn't even do any damage, and Raven doesn't have particularly good defense. Don't shoot arrows at me. I don't know how I'll ever manage against arrows. More reinforcements. Let's see, this is turn 9. So I think now I want to send Florina up this way a little bit. See if I can't... Wow, this island is getting pretty crowded. Well, I think you're just gonna have to stay there, Hector. Can't get you across this turn. Bye-bye, Mr. Nomad. Your life was short and uneventful. But at least you gave Raven enough experience to level up. His luck went up again. Move Jaffar up here. And I guess just chill. This guy has a spear! Oh no! What will I ever do? Oh yeah, kill him like everyone else. More arrows? Oh man. Oh, reinforcements like crazy. Okay, well here's a thief, so... let's kill him real quick, like. I was expecting him to pop out last turn. And of course, just the moment when I send everyone back the other way, everyone pops out this side again. But first off... oh right, Jaffar can't steal. Herp derp. I should have sent him... Matthew, that is, the other way. How much... Let's put Canis out front. That should prevent either of these guys from, like, attacking my guys back here and, like, getting... I'm assuming that Canis is incapable of killing this guy in a single engagement, basically. Is what this all... That whole plot comes down to. Let's see what you can do here, Lynn. Or I guess more accurately, let's see what you can not do. I can not kill that guy. Does this make sense to do? Well, let's give it a try. Ouch. That hurt, but it should not be a... Well, obviously it's not a lethal blow, but it shouldn't be a blow that ends up endangering my life. Kazap. Oh, almost leveled up. The one good thing about being so low level is it doesn't take too much to actually level up. Steel Axe it is. Meanwhile, Hector leveled up. More defense. Not especially what I was looking for, but I'll not say no. So let's see, this guy does 18 damage. Nino has 4 defense. Can this guy reach Nino? No. Okay, so it seems like she'll be fine there. Alright, these guys. I guess I might as well have Sane help out down here. That's a dead nomad, if I ever did see one. It's level 8. Little bit of strength. And I guess that's the Essence Spears that I was looking for. Oh right, I was going to use that Talisman on him, and I haven't done that yet. I'm so terrible at remembering to use these stat-up items. It's like as soon as I get into the mission, it's like I can't think of anything else but just murdering everyone. Which sounds really bad, actually. I swear it's not as homicidal as it sounds. And I think I'll leave it there for now. Well, that hurt a little bit. Luckily, most of my characters are at the point now where, in most situations, they can survive about 3 hits without dying, which is kind of like the magic number to me, because it's like, it's around that threshold where you get to the point where even if someone attacks you, and like, if you attack them and then they counterattack you, or something like that, a scenario like that, then they can survive. Basically, in most situations, they can survive long enough that they can achieve healing if it is required. And in situations like down here, we can survive an almost infinite number of attacks. Well, that didn't hurt very much. So I guess my plan of having Canis not kill this guy is working out pretty well. Which is good, because it doesn't seem like Matthew is going to be getting up there to steal from him for at least another turn. Luna. Ow. Oh, critical hit. So without the critical hit, he wouldn't be able to kill this guy either, but he pulled that off. Magic and speed? It's almost like he's a real character who's actually wow, words. Who is actually worth using. And Nino actually killed this Pegasus Knight all on her own. She's growing up so fast. For a level 7, she's freakishly fast, actually. 13 speed already? That's almost like Myrmidon level speeds. Her magic has not gone up at all since I got her, though. Of course, she has only leveled up twice, so it's not the largest sample size ever. And Matthew can, in fact, not reach the bishop. Well, the bishop has no chance of killing who's a what's it, so words and things. Surprisingly enough, I actually want Hector to kill someone. Well, that's not surprising, but like, somehow he's lower level than Florina, so yeah. I mean, I guess it's not that surprising. Her mobility means she can just kind of zoom all over the frickin' place, and there's never a shortage of people for her to kill. I guess I'd be fine healing Canis up. Bishops have high enough resistance that there isn't really much chance that her or the opposing bishop will be able to do much to each other. Oh. Well, I guess it's a good thing she leveled up a little bit, because that was pretty dangerous. She almost died, but she'll probably end up killing him. It just kind of goes to show how important speed is. It's like, even if you're not doing an especially high amount of damage... Oh, critical hit. Ugh! Well, no, angelic robe for me, I guess. Which kind of sucks, but I guess it doesn't suck enough that I'm willing to spend the requisite number of turns to make a point of grabbing it. Oh, well, I guess this is what happens if a bridge disappears underneath you. You just kind of get stuck on the water. But at least I'm capable of healing Nino. Meanwhile... Taste thy end, foul wyvern rider! And leveling up's going pretty good so far. Although, I really wish she would get a little bit of magic. I'm not too worried that she's going to end up with an insufficient amount, but I would rather get it sooner than later. If for no other reason than just because it makes actually leveling up a little bit easier. She does have plenty of levels to get it, though. Meanwhile, our already leveled up characters are annihilating everything in existence, as they tend to do. Right. I guess I might as well go with swords. I guess in truth, now that Sane has an S in lances, I guess the rule of thumb should just be kind of going for whatever weapon type will serve him the best in the current situation. Being as he does have the ability to use all three weapon types. Oh wow, Raven's speed is maxed? He's ridiculously fast this playthrough. It actually makes me curious if anyone else has any maxed out stats. I mean, of course, 26 as a max speed is kind of... I guess it's not low, but it's lower than I would have thought. Like, Florina... You can see by how long the bar is that it obviously goes beyond 26. Wow. Raven is faster than Florina. Well, Oswin's... I guess his defense isn't that close to maxing, but 25 is definitely very high. Well, Matthew has max speed, but that doesn't really count. Wow. Jaffar actually has a lot of strength, and is pretty close to maxing as well. So, of my promoted units, yeah, 26 speed is the only max stat that I have. So, oh cool, you can just step onto the platform. That's handy. Now I gotta start being a little careful about Sonya, because she can reach quite a distance with that bolting tome. So... I think I'll try and draw some attacks out with Canis. He seems like the best choice for that because he has a high resistance, but his avoidance isn't particularly high. Like, 40 isn't terrible, but for a character his level, it's lower than most. So he has the highest chance of getting hit, but will not take particularly high amounts of damage. And the reason that's good is because it means that... Well, I kind of want Sonya to hit him, to kind of eat up uses of the bolting tome. Meanwhile, everyone else, in the meantime, is just gonna kind of chill. Come, shaman, do your worst. Wow, that actually quite hurt. I should probably get Sane off the front lines. Do, 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 do. 6% chance to hit. It's pretty low. What's his avoidance at? 61. But, let's get Oswin up here to kind of block the path a little bit. I wonder, what turn are we on? We are on turn 13, so... I think this was actually the last round of reinforcements. The pacing on this mission is actually surprisingly good. Like, I guess surprising maybe isn't the best word, but like... It's paced out so well that you can move... That the, like... You would almost think that the way that enemies spawn and the platforms appear and disappear is... Like, you would almost think that it's timed out so that it works based on, like, where you're actually standing, but it's actually timed out turn by turn. It's like, we think you can get this far on this mission, or this turn, so that is when we think we should have this platform spawn or despawn. So it doesn't seem like Sonya decided to use bolting. That's the deceptive thing about enemies, is they don't always, when it comes to the long-range tomes, is they don't always choose to use them when they can. I'm trying to think here. 14 defense, 10 speed, 39 HP. So, if Florina draws out this Wyvern Lord, then chances are she will not be able to kill him. Meaning, Matthew will have time to steal. And then back down here. Do any of these guys have longbows? They do not. Oh wow, can't double attack with the Iron Axe? I might need to use Jaffar on this guy. Wow, okay, well, give it a try anyways. I would rather waste a little bit of experience on a character that I'm not using than have Sane end up dead. And... unfortunately, there isn't really any good way for him to reach any of the people who can heal right now. But at least I can finally remember to use his stat-up item. There we go. There's the bolting. Perfect people! Like me. Well, that kind of backfired a little bit. I guess backfire might be the wrong word. It just didn't go quite as planned. I wonder if the poison weapons will actually poison you still if they hit but don't do damage. Okay, so I should not be able to kill this guy on one engagement. Although, of course, I would have if I had critical hit. Which has happened before, obviously, but not this time. Never again. Not since the incident. Okay. I guess the problem now is that... Well, let's do it like this. Steal said blue gem. And this guy can't reach me quite yet. And finish this guy off with Canis. Which is probably a pretty good thing to happen anyways. Despite all the work that I've put into him, Canis probably needs experience more than any of my other promoted units. Although, actually come to think of it, Lynn could probably use a bit of experience. She's kind of lagging behind a little bit. I kind of forgot she was promoted already. Might actually be a little tricky leveling her up. In the end, I would actually rather have Nino leveling up than Lynn, so that might be something that comes into play here. It's kind of hard to say how important it is to level up your lords, honestly, because it is something that's handy, but I don't really know if all of them need to be leveled up. I guess just thinking about it, I kind of feel like it is important to level... Well, I mean, obviously you have to have at least one who is a good level. But other than that, I think that any extra lords that you get to a good level is just kind of like saving you time more than anything. Hopefully that made some sense to you. If you've beaten the game, then hopefully you know what I'm talking about, but if not, then, well, words, yeah. Raven's leveling up pretty quickly in this level, actually. This mission, I should say. His strength isn't quite going up still, but his luck is going up higher, which is always good because it gives him more avoidance, which he's not especially hurting for, but it's always a good thing to have. And she cannot seem to hit Canis. Flux. You hit Oswin? It's not that surprising, really. I mean, it's not like he has a particularly high avoidance, but still. Oh no, the bridge has changed. Well, I guess Eliwood's screwed. Actually, might be kind of bad because now Canis doesn't have any access to healing. I could always just ferry him over to someone who can heal, but I did want to heal up Florina. I could have her just charge over to the last platform over there and kill those guys off. But I feel like maybe I should wait and not get all the experience for her, because she is level 10. Let's go with these. Actually, let's not go with the steel sword. That would give it an odd amount of durability, which can be problematic sometimes, so... yeah. Raven's ever so slowly being beaten down. Ever so slowly. Actually, he's almost level 10 himself. Boop. It's kind of absurd how much more flourishy the general's attack animations, or I guess critical hit animations, are than any other classes. I guess that's it for now. She still cannot hit Canis. If only those misses actually consumed durability. Oh man, he reversed the weapon triangle on me. He has an 89% chance to do 0 damage. What happened? What bridge did things? I don't know. Maybe what I will do is grab Sarah, and then next turn I'll just drop her over here. Finish off this incredibly insignificant Myrmidon. If I move Raven up there, then this guy can't get over here. And Jaffar can open up this chest. Containing speed wings. Which... I'm not sure who to give those to. I gave the last pair to Hector, didn't I? And he's actually doing pretty good on speed now. I feel like I should give it to Eliwood. I guess it's between Eliwood and Canis. And ultimately, I guess that comes down to who I'm going to end up using more, because Canis' speed is higher, but he's also a level 8 promoted unit. Naturally, Eliwood's speed will probably end up being higher than that, but the question is if I'm going to end up using him enough to reach that naturally high point. And at this point, I honestly don't really know. I never gave Osmond an axe, did I? I guess he just doesn't really have all that much need for one. For the time being, just drop Sarah. And let's do this. She's using bolting on Florina instead. And it has a higher chance to hit than against Canis? That's weird. Not the Devil's Axe. I don't know how I'll ever deal with the Devil's Axe. By stabbing you in the face, apparently. I guess that's pretty much how just about everything ends up getting dealt with, so it's not that surprising. You can't hit Sarah. Boop. You dead. Why would you move right next to her to attack? I guess that would give other units more chance to get in range. Because obviously archers can't attack from melee range, so... yeah. I guess now I'm forced to use this Shine Tome. Which, I would not have killed this monk without, so I guess it's not all bad. I do have to remember to give her a new Lightning Tome, though. 23 luck. Oof, that would have actually hurt. Wouldn't have killed this guy in a single engagement without the Shine Tome either. Of course, if I'd still gotten that critical hit, I would have, but whatever. So might as well start popping open these chests. We get a Recover Staff, which I believe it functions... Does that have a long range? No, it's range 1, but it heals to max HP, guaranteed. Might as well start moving Osmond up a little bit. I guess the question is... Wait. The misses do consume uses of the Bolting Tome? That's weird. I mean, I'm not complaining. So, hopefully that should draw those Wyvern Riders down towards Oswin. There's one. I feel like the animation on that spear being drawn back to Oswin could go a little bit faster. In truth, normally when I'm playing the game just for myself, I just turn attack animations off, just because it's so much faster. But it's... In truth, I do find it more fun when you can watch the animations. They're pretty well done, actually, for sprite art, and... yeah. So... what... I guess what I'll do is grab Matthew, because he's gonna have to come over here eventually anyways. Unfortunately, Sonia has a lot of attack with this tome. I guess that's the downside to using up all the uses of the Bolting Tome, is casters are really weak when they have a Bolting Tome equipped. Like, they're very susceptible to being attacked up front. But now that she's forced to use her Fimbulvetter Tome, or however it's pronounced, I can't really do that. Oh, well, Canis is stranded. I'm glad I at least know what happens now. I mean, that's kind of what I suspected happened, but I wasn't positive. So, we do have a lot of stranded characters that we're just going to have to wait until turn 22, which is actually pretty soon. If I want to get them over there. So grab these two chests. Thor's Ire, which is another ring for Ninian, which increases critical hit chance, which is probably the worst of them. The worst that I can think of, anyways. Just because critical hit chance is it only has a chance, whereas increasing their attack or defense is guaranteed to do something. Anyways. There are all the bridges. So what I'm going to do now is take a moment to get everyone that I need back down to this area, heal up a bunch, and I'm actually going to do some support conversations as well. So I'll do all that and see you back here in just a moment. Okay, so we've got all our supports and such set up, and I've arranged my characters in a way that should allow me to get all the people that I need in range of Sonia. So first off, I want to support Canis and Nino, which is a little bit of an odd pair, but ultimately comes down to the fact that Nino is the only person in my active party that Canis can actually get support with. So that kind of makes it a little bit hard to choose from. There aren't many people to choose from. Someone else who desires knowledge? I guess she is the child of, like, a clan of mages or whatever. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder how she knows how to cast spells and why it matters what tome she's using if she can't read. I guess if the tome itself radiates some kind of magical power. Yay! And I'm also going to support Florina and Nino, because they can support, and they both have... It's a support that can happen, and they don't have anyone else that they can support with that isn't already taken, so... Indeed it is. Why is she so nervous around this little girl? That's not really how Florina works, is it? She's very kind of rambunctious, and that's not really Florina's style. And the last support that I want to do is between Matthew and Jaffar. Mostly because it's interesting, more so than because it serves any real purpose. I'm probably not going to do more than this one's conversation, but... As I explained earlier, you recall that Jaffar is the one who killed Layla. So... He's very nonchalant about that. Why did they switch positions? Well, he's pretty bitter about the whole affair. It escalates into a very interesting conversation from there, but like I said, I'm probably never going to have another map where I'm using both Matthew and Jaffar, so it's probably not going to have another chance to go beyond that. Now, as for what I'm going to do with the boss here, it's a little bit complicated. It's kind of hard to decide who to go with. I think, first off, I'm going to try and weaken her up a tad with Oswin here. Unfortunately, she's pretty fast, and her magic is obviously quite high, so... And that leaves her at 29. So next up, maybe Raven? Let's go with that. It's not an especially effective assault, but he didn't take any damage. And I think that might be within reasonable range. Because I would like to kill her with Lyn, I think. Well, let's go with the Monicati. Wait, before I do that, let's put Florina here. And... do I even need the Monicati anymore? Wait, is it lighter than a... it's a lot lighter than a steel sword, wow. Okay, well, let's go with that. That'll kill her whether I critical hit or not. Of course, now I'm going to crit on the second attack. And she's the only one who got hit by Fimbulvetter. Wow, 50% crit chance, 49, and neither of them crit. That's surprising. And she doesn't even get the critical hit bonus that Swordmaster would. Her strength is doing pretty decently, though. And we get Ziffel Contract, which, as I've said, is a promotion item for thieves, but I do not want to use it. Although maybe... Nah, I'm not going to use it. It might be worth using on Lego, but if I want a stronger thief, or like an assassin, like someone who's hardy to open chests with, I'll just use Jaffar. I guess this is Brendan Reed's brother? Who are you, and like, why were you even here? A pendant? Is it a sentimental thing, or is it a thing that actually does something for me? Hmm. Goodbye. That is a thing that happened. You better travel with us, you don't have a choice. Okay, well, we're a little less excited about him joining us, but... Yay. Now what? Didn't she die? I'm actually a little surprised that she's human, considering she has, like, the golden eyes, and normally all the morphs have gold eyes. But anyways, that's about it for this exceptionally long episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. So, we'll see what's up on... Now that we have recruited the Black Fang, Nino and Jaffar peoples and all that, on the next episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Catch you later.